Hello everyone. Today I want to discuss with you and also show you what is an E.N.D card. An E.N.D card is a Magic the Gathering card that, by using some sort of ink, paint, marker, the card has been altered. In this case, this is an E.N.D card. There are two types of E.N.D card that you have to be aware. The first type is that there are some artists that like to alter Magic the Gathering cards and they ink them so that they alter the card. For example, if I take this island from the set of Kaladesh, I can take acrylic paint. In my case I'm going to use a marker, and I can design something on the card so that I have altered the card. I'm sorry for my artistic design. I'm not really a good artist, but the point is that there are artists that do alter Magic the Gathering cards, and I have seen a couple of these cards in auction on eBay and on Facebook, and I have to be honest with you, these cards are very, from an artistic point of view, extremely beautiful. There is a market for this type of cards, and if you want an altered Magic the Gathering card, you can go on YouTube, you can go on any TCG player, any type of Magic the Gathering online retailer, or also LGS, and you can buy this type of cards that are tagged as altered and inked. As I said, there is a market, and I know a lot of collectors that do collect this type of cards, and when you buy this type of card, you know that the card is altered. That is one type of ink card. Then there is the second type, and this one is the type that you have to be aware. Let's take an example. Here I have a Horobe Whisper, and I'm going to use a jeweler's loop to show you that is not in a good condition. The card is not in a good condition. It has signs here, you can see in white. It's also here. This is medium, even heavy plate card. It's a Horobe Whisper, and you can see it's white plate. You have here and you have here. I'm going to take an example. This card is heavy plate, and if I want to sell it, I have to sell it in the heavy plate condition. Obviously, heavy plate cards go to half or also 1/3 of the original cost of the card. If you buy a near mint condition card, usually it's a price, and heavy plate and medium plate, they are half or even 1/3 of that price. And this card, it's not inked. How do you know? Simple. You take a bunch of new cards. In this case I have a couple of islands from Ixalan. If you put Horobe Whisper in the middle, as you can see, it's very difficult to tell which is the card, because the border of the card is white. There's Horobe Whisper. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink the card. Usually it's very simple. What you need is a simple marker. This is a permanent marker you can buy for very cheap price from any stationery in your country. And I'm going to ink my card. Why I'm going to do this? I'm going to do this for one reason. Because I want to transform my heavy to medium plate card into near mint, or even light play. Because if I want to sell this card, I can sell this card for the full price instead of half the price. That's why you have to be aware when you buy Magic the Gathering cards, especially vintage cards, old type of cards, that they are not inked. I'm going to show you how to do it, not because I want you to scam people in doing so, but if you know how it's done, then you can prevent of being host when buying this type of cards. You take the marker and you just go where there is the white scratches, as you can see how I'm doing. Very simple, very gently. I'm going to do the other side. Very simple and very gently. This card now is inked. But, as you can see, you don't know that this card is inked. The white scratches are gone. I hope you can see that the white scratches are gone. There are no white scratches. You can imagine that if this card was one of the Power 9, that from a heavy plate card, now it's light play and or even near mint, and you can sell this card for the full price. How do you know that this card is inked? Now I will show you a trick and you will tell me that this card now is inked. You will take the same bunch of cards that I was using earlier. You can see. Now I'm going to put my Horobi Whisper in the middle of the pack, and now you tell me what you can see. It is clearly, and I'm going to use also this jewelry loop, it is clearly there's a dark line in the middle of the pack. That dark line of the middle of the pack is the inked card of Horobi Whisper. This is how you can avoid being host in buying this type of cards. You can see there is no white line in the border. Now there is a dark line. I hope you have understand how an inked card is made. I hope you understand how you can avoid being host, and always use jewelry loops to check the authenticity of your cards. Click the subscribe button here for more interesting video about Magic the Gathering.